Hello, I'm Adam, the learning coach at abetterpianoteacher.com. I want to show you a picture that you may have seen before, and I want to ask you an interesting question about it. What do you see? Do you see a candlestick, or do you see two faces looking at each other? This is a very old picture. You've seen this sort of thing before. And the answer is, of course, that they're both. There is a picture of a candlestick, and there is a picture of two faces looking at each other. And it's helpful to be able to switch back and forth from one idea to the other, if you can go back and forth. If all you can see is the candlestick, to learn how to see the faces. If all you can see is the faces, to learn how to see the candlestick. And if you can see both, to be able to go back and forth at will. Candlestick, faces, candlestick, faces. Why is this important? Have you ever attended a performance of a pianist? I'm assuming you are a pianist of some kind. Are you able to just listen to that performance, or do you find yourself listening as a pianist, asking questions, why did they do that, or could you have done that, or these kinds of things? When I'm reading a book, because I'm a writer and because I've written books, it's sometimes hard for me to just read the book. Sometimes I find myself reading the book as a writer, asking, well, why did Charles Dickens do that? Or, ooh, that was a good move. And so in some ways, it takes me out of pure enjoyment of the book. This is why it's really important to be able to switch back and forth between the candlestick and the faces. The candlestick and the faces is a lot like listening as a listener and listening as a performer. It's good to be able to do both. Both are great. Both are necessary. You are only going to learn by having the critical ears on. And also, you're never going to enjoy a performance if you only have the critical ears on. So you've got to be able to switch back and forth between them. And practicing on visual puzzles like the candlestick faces is actually a good way of doing that. Learning to see both ways that something could be, a performance and an opportunity to learn. Interestingly enough, as a performer, you will also have two mindsets. One is the I am playing now and I am critical of myself mode, and one is the I'm going to let it go and whatever happens, happens mode. It is sometimes necessary to have the critical mindset on when you're playing, especially if something goes wrong and you need to fix it. But you don't want to have that critical mindset all the time you're performing, or you'll never be able to get anything right. You'll be constantly picking on yourself when what you need to do is let it go. Switching between modes is the key to being able to let it go and then bring it back when you need to. I hope this is interesting to you. If it is, please drop me a line in the comments below. I'm Adam, and I'm always trying to be a better piano teacher.